is not a good time for vlogging.
We made it on our 10-euro flight that we so thought we were gonna miss, but luckily we didn't.
We here, ladies. Where are we, ladies?
Bulgaria. Okay, guys. Milan has nothing on Bulgaria's metro. You just scan it right there, and you're in. And look at how pretty this area is. Let me show you. This is their metro. Like, how cute are these? Oh my gosh. There are two types of people in this world. The girls that get started early.
And the girls are tired.
And the girls that get coffee.
Anyways, I like the one in the yellow sweater. Look how cute he is. Like, that's my. Oh, I just. Oh.
Alright guys, our first stop was the thermal bath in Sofia, Bulgaria. However, unfortunately, now it's just a museum. But if you walk across the street, you will be able to get a glimpse of some mineral water. All the locals come here to grab their water for the week. Then this is just a cool church that we walked past as we were walking to our outdoor restaurant. In Bulgaria, a lot of their dishes have to do with meat and some sort of sauce type topping. But it was pretty good. Then we headed over to the Alexander Cathedral, which is absolutely stunning. It is probably my most favorite cathedral I've seen to date. You can't take pictures inside, but if you head downstairs, you could check out an art gallery. That's pretty awesome. Here's a look. I mean, look at this artwork. This is just the outside of the cathedral. I just wanted to show you a little bit of the details because it is such a great cathedral to see. I stayed at H2O Hostel, which honestly wasn't my favorite, but wasn't horrible. The weird thing is that this hostel has no legit staff. They only have volunteers of their staff, which is kind of cool, but also kind of interesting. Luckily, the girl hooked us up, and we were all four in the same room, which was quite nice. And this song, girl, don't say no. It is day 2 in Sofia, which means we are doing our 2 free walking tours, which I highly recommend you do if you come into this city. The first walking tour was actually a Jewish walking tour, which was very interesting because when you think of the Holocaust, you don't necessarily think of Bulgaria. However, I came to find out that actually a lot of Jews from around all over Europe went to Bulgaria because they didn't think that they were going to be at risk. However, later on, we find out that that wasn't going to be true, that almost 50,000 Jewish people from Bulgaria were going to be killed. However, that actually didn't happen. It's quite hard to explain. So, if you stick around and read my blog post, you'll be able to see everything that happened with the Jewish people in Bulgaria. Then, the second tour was just a sightseeing tour, which was quite nice because you learned some interesting facts about Bulgaria, as well as seeing many different churches from many different religions. You also got to see the city hall and the government buildings, and you got to see some ruins, which are shown right now. It was quite a fun trip where we also got to see the theater, which is a very popular place. And at the end, Kelty and I decided we were ready for some soup as it was freezing cold. So we went into the middle of Sofia and found ourselves a nice restaurant. And it was time to end our trip, so we headed back to the hostel. It is 3 a.m. and we are headed home. How was Bulgaria? 10 out of 10. No, like 11 out of 10. Definitely recommend Bulgaria. And it's snowing. Okay, we just arrived to the airport. It's almost 4. They told us to be early. Check-in desk not open, so we are going and changing, brushing our teeth, and getting ready to teach them little.
We out of Bulgaria. We out. We out.